Have you ever felt like the weight of the world was crushing you, leaving you overwhelmed, mentally drained? In our modern, fast-paced life, it's easy to feel bombarded by an endless stream of challenges. How to rise above the chaos and reclaim our inner strength? Today, we turn to a voice from the past, a sage who mastered the art of mental toughness in the midst of Rome's political intrigue and personal adversity. Lucius Seneca, more commonly known as Seneca the Younger, was not only a statesman and dramatist but also one of the leading figures in Stoic philosophy. His thoughts and writings on resilience, emotional control, and the human condition are shockingly relevant, providing a roadmap for navigating the treacherous waters of our own lives. In this video, we will delve into 10 Stoic lessons from Seneca for mastering mental toughness. These lessons are more than philosophical musings. They are practical tools that have stood the test of time, tools that can fortify your mind and soul against the trials of life. Whether you're facing personal loss, professional setbacks, or the everyday stresses that wear down your resolve, Seneca's wisdom offers a way forward. Prepare yourself. We're not just discussing ancient history here. We're about to embark on a transformative journey that will challenge you to confront your fears, question your perceptions, and change the way you face adversity. Get ready to harness the timeless wisdom of Seneca to build a fortress of calm in a world of storms. Let's awaken the Stoic warrior within and march towards a life marked by greater resilience and profound peace of mind. Lesson 1. The power of perception. Life is what our thoughts make it, declared Marcus Aurelius, a fellow Stoic philosopher and contemporary of Seneca. This profound insight captures the essence of Stoic wisdom and highlights Seneca's teaching that our perceptions, not external events, shape our reality and mental state. It's not what happens to us, but how we interpret what happens that truly matters. This principle is a cornerstone of mental toughness. It grants us the power to reclaim control from the chaos of external circumstances and place it within our minds, where we can actively shape our experience of the world. It invites us to not just observe life, but to interpret it in ways that empower us. By adopting this mindset, consider how we might apply it to real-life challenges. Start by seeing the hurdles in our path not as obstructions, but as opportunities for growth. Each difficulty presents a chance to test our resilience. When faced with adversity, ask, what can this teach me? Such questions reframe our focus from victimhood to empowerment, from passivity to proactive engagement. For instance, consider the setback of losing a job, a situation typically fraught with anxiety and uncertainty. If we reframe this event as a springboard into new opportunities, such as launching a business or exploring a field we are passionate about, the initial fear and disappointment can transform into a proactive plan for personal and professional growth. Reflect on the story of a renowned athlete who, during a crucial championship game, missed what could have been a winning shot. Initially crushed by this failure, he later viewed the experience not as a humiliating defeat, but as a vital lesson of resilience and determination. This change in perspective not only rebuilt his mental toughness, but also propelled him to greater heights in subsequent seasons. Through these examples, the transformative power of perception becomes evident. Altering our view can profoundly change our experience of life's inevitable challenges. By adopting Seneca's Stoic approach to perception, we equip ourselves with a mental framework robust enough to withstand adversity and flexible enough to convert potential defeats into victories. This is the art of mastering mental toughness through perception, a skill that, once honed, serves us across all facets of life. Lesson 2. Acceptance of fate. In the Stoic view, the concept of fate isn't just a passive resignation to whatever life throws our way. It's an active engagement with reality, accepting the uncontrollable while striving to influence what we can. Seneca, a master of Stoic thought, profoundly understood this. He taught that accepting fate is not about giving up, but about acknowledging the natural order of the world, which leads to a profound peace of mind. Seneca advised that we should meet whatever happens with courage and dignity because these events occur according to the universe's grand design. Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant. He wrote, suggesting that our experience of life's events largely depends on our attitude toward them. By willingly accepting fate, we align ourselves with the rhythm of the universe, reducing internal conflict and enhancing our mental fortitude. Embracing this philosophy requires a shift in perspective, beginning with Midfulson's paying more attention to the present moment without judging or wishing things were different. This approach teaches us to accept our current reality, a fundamental step in accepting fate. Additionally, practicing gratitude for the uncontrollable, but by being thankful for the opportunity to learn from whatever life offers, we transform our relationship with fate from one of acceptance. Reflecting regularly on the impermanence of circumstances also helps us accept that nothing is fixed. This realization can free us from the burden of trying to control everything, fostering a more peaceful and resilient mindset. Now, let's consider the life of Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor who embodied the lesson of accepting fate. Despite his immense power, Marcus faced numerous personal and political challenges, including betrayal and disease. Through his writings, it's clear he saw these hardships not as personal affronts but as parts of the natural order of the world. His acceptance of these events as fated allowed him to maintain composure and dignity, using his energy instead to focus on his duties and on improving himself. His example shows that acceptance of fate is not about resignation but about making peace with the inevitable to live a life of purpose and contentment. Through Seneca's wisdom and Marcus Aurelius's example, we learn that accepting fate is crucial for developing mental toughness. It teaches us to conserve our emotional energy for what truly matters, allowing us to live with serenity and strength regardless of the circumstances we face. Lesson 3. The temporary nature of hardship. For Seneca, the hardships of life were not merely obstacles to be endured but crucial elements of personal growth and enlightenment. He posited that suffering and difficulties are temporary and that they serve a higher purpose in the development of our character and resilience. No tree becomes rooted and sturdy unless many a wind assails it, he wrote, highlighting that it is through struggle that we gain strength and stability. This perspective is vital for anyone seeking to cultivate mental toughness. Recognizing the temporary nature of hardship helps us maintain a sense of perspective when we are in the midst of trouble. It reminds us that our current struggles will pass and that they are shaping us into stronger, more capable individuals. To keep this perspective at the forefront of Minimalism's practices can be invaluable. By learning to anchor ourselves in the present moment, we can observe our difficulties without becoming overwhelmed by them. Techniques such as daily meditation, keeping a gratitude journal, or simply taking a few moments each day to focus on our breathing can help us detach from the immediacy of our problems and view them as transient challenges that will help us grow. Let's consider a personal story that exemplifies this lesson in action. Imagine a young entrepreneur whose business faced near collapse during an economic downturn. Initially, the stress and fear of failure consumed her, clouding her judgment and leading to sleepless nights. However, she began to practice meditation, which helped her recognize the impermanence of her situation. This mental shift allowed her to approach her business problems with renewed clarity and creativity. Rather than seeing the economic downturn as a roadblock, she started to view it as a challenge that tested her resourcefulness and determination. She implemented new strategies and adapted her business model to the changing economic landscape. Months later, her business not only recovered but emerged stronger and more flexible than before. This experience taught her a valuable lesson: the impermanence of hardships and the growth that can arise from them. Through the Stoic lens that Seneca provides, we can see that hardships are not permanent fixtures in our lives, but are instead temporary stages that prepare us for future challenges. By applying Minimalism's techniques, we learn to view these difficulties through a lens of growth and potential, enhancing our ability to navigate life's inevitable storms with poise and determination. This transformative approach to hardship allows us to emerge from each challenge not only intact but improved, embodying the very essence of mental toughness. Lesson 4. The virtue of self-control. Seneca, the Stoic sage, placed immense value on the virtue of self-control, viewing it as essential for maintaining mental clarity and resilience in the face of life. He believed that self-control is the fortification against the impulses that led us astray from our moral and rational ideals. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor, Seneca asserted, underscoring that the true measure of wealth is not having many possessions but having mastery over one's desires. Self-control, according to Seneca, is crucial in the quest for mental toughness because it provides the steadiness needed to face challenges without being swayed by fleeting emotions or external pressures. It helps us maintain our focus on what truly matters, allowing us to make decisions that align with our deepest values and long-term objectives. To enhance self-control, we can adopt several practical habits and exercises. Regular meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating discipline, as it trains the mind to observe thoughts and impulses without acting on them impulsively. Another effective technique is setting clear, actionable goals and tracking progress through daily journaling. This practice not only reinforces our ability to stick to our plans, but also provides insight into the patterns of behavior that may lead us off course. Let us turn our attention to an exemplary figure known for exceptional self-control, the legendary tennis player Serena Williams. Throughout her illustrious career, Serena has demonstrated an extraordinary ability to maintain composure under pressure, a hallmark of her dominance in the sport. Her matches often feature moments where her mental toughness and self-control are visibly tested, particularly during critical points in a game. Despite the high stakes and intense emotional pressure, Serena consistently manages to rein in her impulses, focusing instead on the strategy needed to win. Her training regimen, which includes mental conditioning, reflects her commitment to self-control, enabling her to perform at her best when it matters most. Serena Williams' example vividly illustrates how self-control can be a decisive factor in achieving and sustaining success. Her ability to stay composed, make strategic decisions in heat-of-the-moment scenarios, and keep her emotions in check, even in the most challenging situations, exemplifies the power of this virtue. Through Seneca's insights and Serena's embodiment of these principles, we see that self-control is not merely about restraint, but about channeling our energies in ways that propel us toward our goals. It's about harnessing our inner strength to navigate the complexities of life with grace and determination. As we cultivate this essential skill, we build a foundation of mental toughness that not only withstands but thrives amid the adversities we encounter. Lesson 5. Living according to nature. Seneca, echoing the core Stoic belief, often spoke of living in accordance with nature. But what does this philosophical directive truly mean? For Seneca, it involved aligning one's actions with the fundamental principles of reason and virtue, which he considered the very essence of human nature. Live according to nature thus becomes a call to live truthfully to one's rational and moral faculties, rather than merely following societal trends or succumbing to base desires. This alignment with our true nature involves a profound understanding and acceptance of our capacities and limitations, as well as the external circumstances that shape our lives. It's about striving for excellence in our conduct and interactions, ensuring that our actions reflect our deepest values. Adopting a lifestyle that adheres to this philosophy might involve significant changes. One practical step is simplifying one's life to reduce distractions and focus more on personal growth and self-reflection. This could mean cutting down on unnecessary material possessions, engaging less with digital media, and spending more time in nature, which helps reconnect with the fundamental elements of life and provides clarity. Now, consider the success story of Patagonia's founder, Yves Chouinard, a modern exemplar of living in accordance with nature. Chouinard built his company under the ethos of environmental sustainability and ethical responsibility, principles deeply rooted in the natural world and its preservation. His business practices reflect a commitment to do no unnecessary harm and to influence the corporate world towards more sustainable practices. Chouinard's philosophy extends beyond business. His personal life is also a testament to his beliefs. He spends much of his time outdoors, climbing, surfing, and fishing, activities that keep him connected to the natural world and reinforce his commitment to protecting it. Chouinard's lifestyle and business decisions showcase how aligning with nature isn't just about personal peace, but also about making a positive impact on the world. By adopting principles that emphasize harmony with the environment and sustainable living, he has not only found personal satisfaction but also led his company to thrive in a competitive industry. Through Seneca's wisdom and Chouinard's application, it becomes evident that living according to nature is a dynamic and impactful philosophy. It calls us to a higher standard of interaction with our world and ourselves, promoting a life that is not only ethical and rational but also deeply fulfilling. This Stoic principle challenges us to consider the essence of our actions and their alignment with the natural course of life, leading us towards a more thoughtful and impactful existence. Lesson 6. The role of reflection. In the Stoic philosophy, reflection is not merely a supplementary activity, it is a fundamental practice essential for the cultivation of virtue and self-awareness. Seneca himself was a staunch advocate for daily reflection, viewing it as a crucial mechanism for evaluating one's actions and guiding future behavior. He believed that without reflection we drift aimlessly, subject to whims and external influences, rather than steering our lives according to reason and ethical principles. Reflection for Stoic Seneca involves a rigorous examination of one's thoughts and actions, asking oneself if these align with the virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. This practice is not about dwelling on the past or indulging in regret, but about learning from experience and the calibrate of our actions to live more virtuously and contentedly. To integrate reflection into daily life, one effective practice is the evening review. This involves taking a few minutes at the end of each day to contemplate what went well, what could have been done better, and how to improve going forward. Writing in a journal can enhance this process, providing a structured way to track thoughts and progress over time. Additionally, engaging in meditative walks or mindfulness facilitate deeper reflection by clearing the mind of distractions and fostering a heightened state of awareness. A powerful example of effective reflection and leadership can be seen in the life of Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States and a 5-star general during World War II. Eisenhower is known not only for his strategic acumen but also for his habit of reflective practice. He often engaged in what he called solitude conferences, where he would isolate himself to think through key decisions and reflect on broader strategic issues. This practice helped him to remain poised under pressure and make decisions that were measured and thoughtful, attributes that were crucial both on the battlefield and in the Oval Office. Eisenhower's approach to reflection illustrates how this Stoic practice can be effectively adapted to the demands of modern leadership. By taking the time to reflect, he was able to maintain a clear and focused mind, assess the implications of his actions, and steer clear of rash decisions. His success as both a military leader and a president underscores the practical benefits of reflection in achieving thoughtful, informed leadership. Through the Stoic practice of reflection, as exemplified by Seneca and embodied by leaders like Eisenhower, we see that taking the time to reflect on our actions and motives is not just a philosophical exercise but a practical tool for personal and professional growth. It enables us to live more intentionally and effectively, aligning our actions with our deepest values and goals. Lesson 7. Embracing minimalism. Seneca, one of Stoicism's most eloquent spokesmen, fervently preached the virtues of simplicity and minimalism. He viewed the relentless pursuit of wealth and possessions as a distraction from the essential pursuit of wisdom and virtue. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor, Seneca famously stated. This perspective underscores a profound Stoic truth. True wealth comes from contentment with what one has, not from accumulating more than one needs. Embracing minimalism, according to Seneca, fortifies mental toughness because it liberates us from the shackles of materialism and the anxieties associated with it. When our happiness is not tied to material possessions, we gain a kind of mental clarity and resilience that is not easily shaken by external changes or losses. To incorporate minimalism into daily life, start by decluttering your living and working spaces. This physical act of removing unnecessary items can have a cathartic effect on the mind, reducing stress and enhancing focus. Another minimalist habit is to practice saying no to non-essential commitments. This helps maintain a clear agenda, prioritizing activities that align with personal values and goals, thus preserving mental energy for what truly matters. A compelling example of minimalism's power is found in the life of Steve Jobs, the iconic co-founder of Apple. Jobs was known for his minimalist approach to technology and design, savoring clean, simple aesthetics that became the hallmark of Apple products. This philosophy extended into his personal life as well. He famously wore a uniform of black turtlenecks and jeans, reducing daily decision-making about attire. Jobs believed that this simplicity allowed him to focus on his creative and business endeavors without the distractions that a more cluttered lifestyle might invite. Jobs' minimalist lifestyle and design philosophy not only shaped one of the most successful companies in history, but also helped him maintain clarity and focus in his professional and personal life. By reducing the superfluous, he was able to concentrate on innovation and leadership, demonstrating the profound impact that embracing minimalism can have on mental strength and clarity. Through the Stoic lens of Seneca and the modern application by figures like Steve Jobs, we see that minimalism is more than an aesthetic choice. It is a way of life that fosters resilience, clarity, and a deeper appreciation for the essentials. By stripping away the non-essential, we fortify our minds against the fickleness of fortune and align closer to the Stoic ideal of a life governed by reason and virtue. Lesson 8. Cultivating community. Seneca, a profound Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of community and friendships in leading a fulfilled life. He believed that while self-sufficiency is valuable, humans are inherently social creatures who thrive on mutual support and empathy. One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood, Seneca eloquently expressed. This statement reflects his view that real strength lies not in isolated self-reliance but in our ability to connect, share, and grow with others. For Seneca, the community provides a network of support that can bolster our resilience in times of stress and amplify our joys in times of happiness. It also serves as a mirror, reflecting our own qualities and flaws, thus offering insights that led to greater self-awareness and personal growth. To build and nurture supportive relationships, begin by actively listening and showing genuine interest in the lives of others. This can establish a foundation of trust and mutual respect, which are essential for deep connections. Volunteering in community services or joining groups that align with your interests can also expand your social circle and connect you with like-minded individuals. Additionally, maintaining regular communication and showing appreciation for your friends and community members can strengthen these bonds. The power of community is vividly illustrated in the story of a small town that faced a devastating natural disaster. When a severe flood hit, it destroyed homes and displaced hundreds of residents. In the aftermath, the community's response was a testament to the strength found in collective effort. Neighbors sheltered those whose homes were ruined, local businesses provided meals and necessities, and everyone pitched in for the cleanup and rebuilding efforts. Months later, this town not only recovered but also emerged stronger, with deeper bonds and a renewed sense of community spirit. This resilience was a direct result of the supportive network that the townspeople cultivated, demonstrating the profound impact of community as emphasized by Seneca. Through these examples and teachings, it becomes clear that cultivating community is essential not just for personal support, but also for enhancing our collective strength and resilience. Seneca's insights encourage us to invest in relationships and community engagement, as these are crucial for building a robust social fabric that can withstand the adversities of life. By embracing and contributing to our communities, we not only follow a key Stoic but also enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. Lesson 9. The importance of role models. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher who profoundly influenced the course of Western thought, was a staunch advocate for the use of mentorship and the emulation of role models. He believed that one of the fastest routes to moral excellence and philosophical insight was through learning from those who have already walked the path. Associate with those who will make a better man of you, he advised, underscoring the importance of keeping company that challenges and inspires you to grow. This guidance from Seneca is rooted in the Stoic understanding that wisdom can often be more effectively absorbed through observation and interaction than through solitary contemplation. By choosing mentors who embody the virtues we aspire to develop, we gain the opportunity to see these virtues in action and to model our behaviors on proven examples. When seeking out mentors, it's crucial to look for individuals whose lives reflect their values, that is, those who practice what they preach. A mentor should not only possess knowledge and experience, but should also display a consistent pattern of behavior that aligns with Stoic principles such as integrity, courage, and self-discipline. Engaging with a mentor involves not just passive observation but active dialogue and reflection. Ask questions, seek advice, and most importantly, be open to constructive criticism. This two-way interaction enriches the mentoring experience, making it a profound learning process. The life of Nelson Mandela provides a powerful illustration of the impact that role models can have. Mandela, himself influenced by the anti-apartheid leaders before him, became a global symbol of resilience and reconciliation. His commitment to justice and his ability to forgive those who imprisoned him for 27 years are qualities that showcased his deep moral convictions. Throughout his life, Mandela served as a mentor to many, both directly through his personal indirectly through the powerful example he set. His leadership not only transformed South Africa but also inspired leaders and ordinary people around the world to pursue peace and equality. Mandela's story exemplifies the transformative power of having role models and mentors. His life teaches us that we can endure great hardships and effect significant change if we are guided by strong moral principles. By following Seneca's advice to seek out and learn from those who embody the virtues we admire, we can accelerate our own personal and philosophical development. In embracing this lesson, we acknowledge the immense value of mentorship in our journey toward wisdom and virtue. Through the examples set by our mentors, we find the inspiration and guidance necessary to navigate the complexities of life with moral clarity and resilience. Lesson 10. Preparing for the worst. Seneca, a wise Stoic philosopher, often emphasized the practice of premeditatio, which translates to the premeditation of evils. This Stoic exercise involves the anticipation of potential challenges and misfortunes, not as a pessimistic indulgence but as a strategic preparation for adversity. Seneca taught that by contemplating difficulties before they arise, one can diminish the shock and dismay that often accompany unexpected setbacks. He robs pres and tills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand, Seneca asserted. The rationale behind this practice is simple yet profound. By envisioning the worst-case scenarios, we mentally equip ourselves to face them with composure and strategic foresight. This preparation not only strengthens our resilience but also enhances our ability to make decisions under pressure. To implement this practice effectively, begin by regularly setting aside time to reflect on potential challenges that could arise in your personal life. Consider the most likely difficulties and visualize how you might effectively confront these situations. Develop contingency plans for different scenarios and practice stress reduction techniques that can help you maintain calm and focus during times of crisis. This methodical approach to anticipating challenges helps build a mental and practical toolkit that prepares you for various adversities. A striking real-world application of premeditatio to be seen in the career of Winston Churchill during World War II. Known for his remarkable leadership during one of the darkest times in modern history, Churchill's effectiveness stemmed in part from his realistic assessment of threats and his preparation for worst-case scenarios. Even before the war, Churchill had anticipated the rise of Nazi Germany and the potential devastation it could bring. Once in power, his preparations for air raids and his speeches that braced the British public for severe hardships were instrumental in fortifying the nation's resolve and resilience. Churchill's foresight and his ability to prepare his countrymen for the worst helped them not only to survive but to rally with greater unity and determination. His leadership illustrates how anticipating challenges doesn't breed fear but rather cultivates a robust readiness that can significantly alter the outcome of crises. Through the practice of premeditatio, as taught by Seneca and exemplified by Churchill, we see the undeniable value of preparedness. This Stoic exercise empowers us to face life's inevitable adversities not as victims of circumstance, but as prepared and resilient warriors, equipped mentally and practically to overcome whatever challenges may come our way. Throughout this exploration of Seneca's teachings, we have delved into 10 foundational lessons that forge mental toughness and enhance personal resilience. We began by understanding the power of perception, recognizing that our interpretation of events shapes our reality. We then embraced the acceptance of fate, learning to align with the natural order of the universe for peace of mind. The temporary nature of hardship taught us the value of seeing challenges as opportunities for growth. We discussed the virtue of self-control, emphasizing its role in maintaining focus and decision-making integrity under pressure. Living according to nature was explored as a call to align our actions with our true selves and the world around us. The critical role of reflection showed us how to assess our actions and learn from them, deepening our wisdom and understanding. Embracing minimalism emerged as a strategy to declutter our lives and minds, focusing on what truly matters. We recognize the importance of cultivating community-building networks that support and enrich our lives. The significance of role models was highlighted, encouraging us to learn from those who embody the virtues we aspire to develop. Lastly, preparing for the worst taught us the value of anticipating and mentally rehearsing for potential challenges, enhancing our readiness for any adversity. Now I urge you to take these lessons into your own life. Reflect on them, adapt them, and apply them as tools to fortify your mental toughness. Let Seneca's wisdom guide you in the pursuit of a resilient, virtuous life. Embrace these teachings, challenge yourself to grow, and step forward into life characterized by strength, clarity, and stoic courage.